good afternoon and a very, very warm welcome from the Delhi Skill and Entrepreneurship University. We are a new university, the newest in India, maybe I can say that, and working very hard to launch our programs by the 6th of September. We will be launching our admissions soon. By the 6th of July. You will hear about that very soon. So a warm welcome once more to everybody, and especially to our guest today, Professor S. Ganesan from the Logistics Skill Council, and Mr. Rashford Jain from Tech Mahindra. So, without taking too much of your time, I would just like to introduce the objective of the webinar we have today. The whole purpose of this is to introduce the courses, the 13 courses that we have developed very meticulously with academia and industry together. So when I say unique, they are not in the cliche term unique. Both we have evidence here, witnesses in Professor Ganesan and Mr. Jain, and they know how much of effort they have put together to make all our courses, especially the one we are going to be speaking about today, that's the BMS in land transportation, course that is worth learning and relevant and will be accepted by the industry at all levels that we speak about. So this is the first in the series. So for all those who are, joining us, viewing us, we will be having this series on all our courses throughout the month. So we'd like you to tune in. We would have loved to have physical meetings with you and introduce each course and take your questions. But since we are not able to do that, we would like to use this platform and this mode to get as many questions from you and speak to you about your interest in the course, because that's, I think, what will develop it further. So if we talk about land transportation, the BMS and land transportation at the DSCU today, the course will cover the essential topics in land transportation, such as road and rail logistics, vehicle telematics, terminal management, transportation marketing, as well as courses in newer areas covering Industry 4.0, such as blockchain for logistics, drone delivery, etc. The course structure includes 2 years of classroom teaching, interspersed with industry visits and guest lectures from faculty, and 1 year of paid apprenticeship. It will allow for multiple entry and exit options, culminating in a certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, and a degree at 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years, respectively. So this is a little about the course. We will delve into the course much more as we go, through the program. Now, I don't want to take too much time, so I want to introduce our first speaker who's here with us today. He's Professor S. Ganesan. He's had more than 3 decades of active academic research, consultancy, and administrative experience. And Professor Ganesan's specializations are finance and entrepreneurship. And he has had a lot of experience in curriculum development and conducting faculty development programs. So that as the head of education initiatives in LSE, he has led the launch of the apprenticeship-based degree program in 50 locations all across the country. So Professor Ganesan, it is really a pleasure to have you here today. And who better than you to actually speak about the course to us and our students and all those viewing us, on Facebook as well. So, I'm just going to pick a few questions, and I'm sure some more will come from, all our students and the parent community who's viewing us. But I'd like to understand from you, what is so unique about this BMS in land transportation that we talk about?
Okay. There are 2 things I would like to tell about the uniqueness of this program. This program, on the side of pedagogy, this is very, very unique because this is the program where The students will be apprenticed for 12 months, paid apprenticeship as per the norms of the government, central government. There are two very important documents, Apprentices Act 1961 and the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme. And this program had been designed by embedding apprenticeship for 12 months in the third year. So that is the uniqueness of this program. On the vertical land transportation, we can say that for the first time in India, LSE is joining hands with the Delhi Skill and Entrepreneurship University to launch the country's very first land transportation program. In land transportation, we address the three very important mode of land transportation. One is road transportation, the second is rail transportation, and third is the growing mode of inland waterways. All the three are addressed in this program, and we can say boldly that this is the first time the country has such a program on land transportation. And with this program, we strongly feel, as the Sector Skill Council, we strongly feel that the land transportation will also become a kind of industry with dream career opportunities for young graduates to join and then develop their own career in the transportation industry. That's the uniqueness of the program as well as the pedagogy.
Thank you so much, Professor. I think apprenticeship is something that our students will really look forward to. And we know that we have a lot of industry visits and guest faculty embedded, these elements also into our courses. Now, you spoke about career opportunities. When we say that, if I were to place myself, in the shoes of a student, what would be the job profiles really that I could look forward to?
Okay. The job profile, actually, we have the three levels of job roles. Right from the first year onwards, the students will be learning that. One is executive and then associate and manager. This program has a program objective of creating the youngsters, the youth in the country or joining this program as skillful for employment at the entry level of managerial job in the industry, land transportation industry. Very specifically, the job role or the job routines that the students may expect, I would request Rashul Jain to talk about that, because he's from industry and then day in and day out, he is dealing with a lot of executives in his company. I think he's the best person to talk about that.
Thank you, Professor. So then we'll move to Mr. Rashford Jain. Just a brief introduction on Mr. Jain. Please allow me to do that. So Mr. Jain is a railways and intermodal transportation professional with more than 13 years experience in various assignments in organizations of repute. And he has worked in the field of free trade zones, warehousing, end-to-end logistics solutions, surface transportation, bimodal transportation development in India, in which he has undertaken operations, commercial, and market development activities. So it is absolutely a delight to have you, Mr. Jain, with such wide experience. I can only just imagine how much our students are going to get from the experience that you've had and all the elements and inputs that you have so meticulously put into the course. So you've seen the course, you've been one of the guardians of the course as well, and we would like to just ask you a little one-off question to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you place this course in terms of relevance for your industry without any biases?
First of all, I'd like to thank you, ma'am, for having me here, Professor Ganesan, and all the guests and dear students. A warm welcome and warm wishes from my side. I think I'd like to digress a little from your question here. I think the first and foremost difference in this course is what we are looking at the screen today. An industry connect, an academic connect like this has never been before. I mean, I've never seen such connect before, where first time interface we have with students. But I think we should also tell our audiences here that before this exercise, there was a lot of groundwork done by your good office to create this course, to have this course relevant for student and for industry. And I think that's what the strength of this course is. And if we have such industry connect and academic connect, because all the gurus, we should bow to all of you as industry, because you lay foundation of students, and then it is the role of industry then which ensures that we give something about a good career to the future. So this is actually a unique platform which has been designed by Professor Ganesan and your organization. Thank you for that. And without bias, I should say that I mean it will look like a bias from other different perspective, but I think a little unbiased here, and I would give 10 out of 10 to this course, because this course has relevance of the industry. This course will not give you any theoretical knowledge. It will not tell you to study about anything which is not relevant to you. I mean, the students have already passed 12th class now. They are looking for their graduation. This is how can this be relevant in my career, right? In mathematics or physics or commerce or arts, for that matter. Whenever you study some topics which are not of interest to you, you sometimes might feel that how can this be relevant. But let me just assure everybody present here, because I've seen the curriculum. I was there. Every topic has been handpicked here in this course and curriculum. So I'm really looking forward to the first batch of your university, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Jain. So you said the word, it's sometimes like a catchword in our country here, employability. So I think that's really what we are always trying to solve. So do you still face that issue, and how do you think, a degree program like this can solve for that issue, which, industry has been grappling with for such a long time?
Actually, what I believe is that I've seen actually curriculum and academia of other countries. Uh, I will not make a judgment that, but we see that industry, because I've been part of logistics industry, and let me take this opportunity to also give my point of view for in logistics industry, that it is 14% of the total GDP in India. That means every manufacturing, every physical thing you touch, it is either it has moved from its place of manufacture to the place of consumption. And can it be shirt, can it be a laptop, can it be a chair or a table, can it be anything which you just see in this physical world. It has touched logistics. This was the whole reason for me to join logistics industry, that because if you look at that which industry will go so long that your career is safe, then I thought of that logistics will go forever. It is part of every industry actually. you know so that's how logistics industry is, and that's how every student and should look at this industry as an opportunity. Second, now India is on a growth path for manufacturing, and we don't have enough people, actually enough skills, to answer your question, ma'am. We don't have enough skill to have industry 4.0, right? I mean, we need skills. We need people who are trained uh, immediately to be placed on the role, on the ground, to perform duties, to perform tasks, to ensure that everything is in place. Uh, Traditional courses are not up to the mark, I believe, here. And the industry knitted course like this will really help not even students build their career, but academia and industry to put forward a growth plan for themselves. So that's how I think this course will be helpful for all of us put together to have a better future and a better career prospect.
Thank you, Mr. Jain. I think you put it very rightly that, whatever may come and go, but logistics is here to stay. Because we were just having this discussion that, in the last 1.5 years, we've seen logistics is the only one driving the economy. We had everything shut, locked down, but I think, wheels on the road did not stop, nor did the waterways, even air traffic was there to an extent. So thank you very much. I think this is very encouraging for all the students who are watching us today and who have an interest in logistics to say, this is a career that you can bank on very easily. So just one more question to you, Mr. Jain, and then I'm going to open it up to our audience. And I'm sure Puniji is waiting to ask you a question as well, because he has to get the right fit for us. So, when a student, either graduates or even after a year, and it's a wide question, but when they move out from the university, what would your expectations be from a course like this and in a university like the Delhi Skill and Entrepreneurship University?
We need a handful of things, ma'am. We need practical knowledge. Practical knowledge means some academic knowledge which is relevant on ground as well. So if we talk about account keeping, that is some skill which is immediately needed in the industry. So for a commerce person who is doing accountancy in its +2, it is immediately needed in the industry. But there are some subjects where you feel that it cannot be of much use to me immediately. Probably you can use some subjects when you do a master's or a doctorate. So what we look at is basic knowledge, with some relevance to the industry. Some IT skills which are needed, some Excel, Word. And let me just share on this platform that these skills are not even available these days from a graduate. I myself has been doing mentorship for post graduation and graduation courses, and I see a big gap there. And I think that's where the industry needs to be aware, and the academics needs to be aware that what is actually needed in the industry. This course perfectly weaves it together. This course perfectly brings it to the table, what is exactly needed by the industry. And something, if we talk about, as Professor Ganesan said, that land transportation means road transportation, it means rail transportation. So I'll just take a minute to explain this concept through an example. This course, a student wants to pursue a career in transportation, in a transportation company. Then what do you think should be relevant for him? What do you think should be relevant for the industry? Is it about the policies? I don't think so. A graduate needs to have a policy understanding. More of it needs to have knowledge of the cargo, the trucks, the commercial aspect. What is the cost of moving freight from one place to another? What are the types of commodities we move? It can be perishable commodity, it can be bulk commodity, it can be hazardous commodity, it can be commodity which is sensitive to water and air. That's what is needed by us, actually. A basic understanding of what is there on the ground, and that's what we expect, actually, as an industry.
Thank you. I think Professor Ganesan, I can see him nodding his head, which means we've got all these elements already in the course. Just one more question, Mr. Jain. So I have to come to that. Of course, we spoke about the technical and the domain skills or the domain knowledge. But in terms of, if you look at a student as a whole and say, what are the indispensable skills that you would look out for in a a trainee that is coming from DSU to your company, if I may put it as specifically as that? Other than the domain and the technical skills that they will, of course, learn, what are the other skills that you would say, they should be carrying with them?
We just need practical knowledge. We just need an integrated knowledge of student which with academia. And happy that the DSU is having apprenticeship program here, which gives a bit of a knowledge. And believe you me, 1 year of experience is not a small time. Every industry recognizes that. And 1 year of knowledge, practical knowledge on ground, that I think is also paid, and please correct me if I'm wrong. So that knowledge is quite relevant, and I think there is nothing much to wish for after that.
Okay, thank you. So Professor Ganesan, would you like to take that question?
Oh, yes. Rashul knows that very well. See, apart from the domain knowledge and then the skill that the students will take from the apprenticeship, they will also get attitude, corporate attitude. So these three are combinations: KSA, knowledge, skill, and attitude. And at the same time, apart from the domain, skill, and knowledge, I think it is better for the students to have some computing exposure and then knowledge, like students to learn first the fingering, proper typing, so that they can speedily input the reports or prepare some reports for the company. The second very important thing is that is about word processing. The second very important is data processing. Today, without the on-the-hand experience or exposure to Excel or spreadsheet for data analysis and data input, any executive will not find appropriate job in the companies. So it is better, apart from all these things, it is better for them to have the computing knowledge or experience, both in word processing as well as in data processing.
Thank you, Professor. So just as information to all our students who are listening to us, that, DSU has a component, a very integral component actually of employability skills, if we call it, or, we're calling it face the world skills. So that when you move out, either after the first year, second year, or third year, you feel that you've got that academic rigor as well as the technical knowledge and the hands-on experience that you would require for you to be able to fit into the world of work. I think that's what we are preparing our students for. So we will give them all that knowledge as well as all the support in terms of the attributes that they need. So now I'd like to open it up to questions, and if I may ask Mr. Punitji to maybe flag a few questions to our panelists here. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to Mr. Jain and Professor Ganesan.
So, thank you, Dr. Neeta. And if I'm audible, the only question that I have, and which we usually face from students and parents, is that when they look at a management course after 12th, the dilemma is whether they should look at a generic BBA, which leads into a specialization in marketing, finance, or other things, or a very niche course like a BMS in land transportation. So as an academician or as an industry professional, place exists for generalists as well as specialists. Why should someone choose a very specialized course rather than a generic BBA which is offered by a conventional university?
Professor, would you like to take that?
Yes. See, a general program like a BBA or a BCom, there is no focus on the program. It is only generic in nature, and end of the day, end of the 3 years of learning of all the concepts, any student is finding it very difficult to talk anything deep into a particular concept. Like, say for example, any BCom student, BCom is meant for accounting mostly. When any BCom student, after completing 3 years of graduation, if you can give them a very simple, real life accounting transactions and ask them to create a P&L account and balance sheet, I'm sure 99% of them will struggle. That means a generic program makes you aware of all the concepts, but it will not help you in the application of the concepts. That is one thing. Second very important thing is, every world over, generic programs are not opted by any university or even students also. They go for vertical specialization programs. That might be data science or data analytics, even blockchain. So they don't go for general CSC or computer science. They go for blockchain. So that is why we always prefer or suggest the students to develop some passion towards a particular sector and learn things for that sector so that they can do really well in that sector. So learn transportation and any vertical specialized courses will help them in becoming experts in a particular sector.
Thank you so much, Professor. Very nicely explained, I think.
Thank you. Mr. Jain, would you like to also take that and say why a specialized course?
I would like to add on that because, let us see the industry perspective. How industry is changing. Now we don't have a typical manufacturing which is limited to automobile or handloom. The manufacturing has changed altogether from last 20 years. There are new products coming in. There are new industries being set up. Uh, there are challenges which are particular to that industry, which we need to address as industry. Now, if we look at the hands which will support the development of these dynamic industry, we don't see a specialized talent pool, right? Which will support development of this wide variety of industry we have these days. I mean, e-commerce is just happening. We have e-commerce in everything now, starting from food to clothes to company called which is giving home services. So it is all logistics actually. The operations or marketing people are not the CEOs these days. The CEOs are actually the logistics people who are handling all those operations, right? So that's how the difference between a traditional education and a specialized education lies. We need to have very specialized skills which cater to these needs of the industry, and it is going to grow. You don't we are living in the pandemic era these days. It's not gone. We have seen a turnaround of demand and supply in the industry. We have seen increasing role of logistics and information technology in pandemic to evolve industries out of the red lines and to get it back. I mean, I was just having a meeting, officially, when we were discussing that it is now completely technology and logistics driven. We need technology to have a touchless thing, right? We need technology, and we need logistics to be everything on our door as a consumer. So, but we don't have skills to cater to that. There is a market available. So that's how I think the difference between a specific professional course and a traditional course lies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Jain.
So we can open the questions up to our audience who are here. I think there are some students here. Please feel free to ask questions.
In fact, Dr. Neeta, we also have a senior student. That there is Akshay Jikshar available in this meeting. So in case if the prospective students would like to know about apprenticeship experiences, they can ask Akshay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I should share my experience while I was on apprenticeship.
Please go
Yes,
ahead.
please.
Yes. So after completion of my first semester, which was the mainly focus on warehousing, so I was departed to Mumbai at Bhiwandi. The company name was Mahindra Logistics, and over there I have completed not more than limited days, that is 3 months. Due to pandemic, then we have to come back. But at that place, within that 3 months, I have learned a lot of things. While on field, our client was Amazon. So basically the format was that it was a sorting center. So all the parcels coming from Amazon was directed to the Vivendi center sort facility, and from there we have to sort for all the long haul destinations and some 30 to 35 local Mumbai destinations, and reroute the parcels to their desired destination. So in that process, all the process by week we have to shift our job role on the floor. So initially we have to unload the vehicle, that is mainly was the container of 32 feet, and in another next week we have to look after in the sorting section, and then another next week we have to look for the outstation, means outward, that how to depart the vehicle, what are the um, documents required for departing vehicle from the warehouse, what are the safety measures we have to take while working in the warehouse, and how we have to manage the associates, and how to distribute the job role as a supervisor. So all these things were taught over there, and personalized training were also provided for the first 3 days, and another job role were switched during the whole 3 months. So the atmosphere over there we have not seen earlier as in our college days. The boss or the team leader or the shift manager, how we have to interact with them, or how the relation or the uh, communication has been done, it was not our it was not known by us. So there are a lot of things, the administration team, how does they collaborate with the floor means associates, and what kind of work has been done on the ground level. As the promotion gets up and up, then we don't have, if suppose someone comes and in direct in the level of manager level, so what the root cause of happening any kind of problem or any situation, so he must come to know that how to solve the problem. For this he has to work from the ground level. So this is a very good initiative by LSC, that during our graduation only we have to uh, get some knowledge by working in a company, and that is also from various kinds of uh, form, means like warehouse, then again in inland ocean, or in rail logistics, or in one semester or airport, that is air cargo. So it is very diversified course, and all kind of logistic information is provided in this course. So I am very much happy to join this course and go on board for training. I am looking forward for this time. There should be no problem by the COVID, so I can go for apprenticeship and learn many more new things.
Thank you, Akshay. Only one thing I would like to give a clarification is, Akshay is from GH Raisoni University, Amravati, in Maharashtra. Akshay is pursuing our generic logistics program, which is known as BBA Logistics. And beautifully, Akshay had gone for apprenticeship in the second semester itself. Very young, very young. And because of COVID, it was truncated to only 3 months. But within 3 months, he feels that he has learned a lot about the corporate work environment. Yes, Akshay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Akshay.
Thank
for
you.
So
Thank
much,
you, ma'am.
Akshay. I think this is great encouragement for everybody who's coming into the program. Because
Yes.
as much as we talk about it, apprenticeship is still a very new topic for a lot of students, and I think industry is also learning now to really take it up, wholeheartedly. Thank you so much, Akshay, and I hope you will encourage a lot of other students also to pursue their career in, land
Yes, yes,
transportation
ma'am.
and logistics sector. So we have a question from one of the students here, I think, from our Facebook Live. So they've asked, what are the theory subjects that they will learn? So,
Okay.
Professor, would you like to take that?
I will. See, as the theory papers, we have about 30 courses to learn in 4 semesters. This is Land Transportation Program, BMS, and out of the 30 courses, roughly 50% will be on business management, like marketing management, HR management, analyzing financial accounting statements, business English or communicative English. These are all certain courses related to business management and quantitative techniques, statistics for business data analysis. These are all general business related courses. About 15 courses are there. And then the remaining 15 courses are on domain. And this will be related to land transportation, particularly road transportation, rail transportation, and inland waterways. There are many courses like even multimodal transportation. These are all very new, very fresh courses, which the students are seeing every day by their eyes. Every day they are seeing this, but first time they will start learning this properly as concepts and then practice this during apprenticeship.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor. So we have one more question. I think a lot of questions are coming from our live streaming that we're doing here right now. So one question that we have from a student is, will there be internships or apprenticeships in all semesters?
Can I take
Yes,
this?
absolutely.
Okay.
Please do.
Students, please understand that we will not be having apprenticeship in all the semesters. First 4 semesters will be for learning, and then the last 2 semesters, 5th semester and the 6th semester, are for apprenticeship. Why this has been done like this is, apprenticeship as per the norms of the government, existing norms, the minimum apprenticeship period should be 6 months. And only when you take apprenticeship for a minimum period of 6 months, you can learn, pick up the skill and then attitude also. That is why this regulation is there. And as per norms, you have to be in apprenticeship for 6 months. That is why 2 apprenticeship for 6 months each have been embedded in the 5th semester and 6th semester. So in the first 4 semesters, you will not be on apprenticeship, but at the same time, you will be given many mini projects, many small research works, and then many caselets, small cases relating to land transportation. All these things, you may have to go out and then collect some information, collate everything and submit as a paper. And this will also be discussed among yourself within the class, for which the teachers will handhold you, mentor you.
Thank you, Professor. So we have Mr. Jain with us, who's going to be, I think, one of our main, companies who's going to give us live projects. So, Mr. Jain, maybe you would like to speak a little about that as well.
Definitely, ma'am. I mean, we will look forward to, as I said earlier, also we look forward because now logistics is an upcoming sector as IT professional also, and there is a lot of this combination is very unique, logistics and IT, and unique, and demand is very high. So if you talk about e-commerce again, I mean, I keep talking about e-commerce because that's the most glamorous job profiles and job startups we have these days in the country. That's the fashion and that's the trend these days. It is all about combination of technology and logistics. And I'm really looking forward that, from the course, from the output, what we have, what we will have during the course. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Neeta, there is one question which I would like to answer.
Yes.
Can I? There is
Absolutely. Please
a
do.
question
Yes,
about
Professor.
data analytics courses and computer programs, for which I would like to answer. There are two courses relating to data analytics. One is statistics for business data analysis in the first semester itself. And in the second semester, we have operations research. Both courses are about data analytics only. You will be learning these two courses in the first 2 semesters itself. You will not be learning any programming language relating to computer in this course, but at the same time, you will have employability enhancement program, two very important programs. One is how to present, rather, PowerPoint presentation, and then word processing. These two tools you will be learning from teachers on a practical mode. You will sit with computer, and with the help of the teachers, you will be learning how to process Word documents and how to create PowerPoint presentations. The second very important computer-related paper is the data analysis through spreadsheet. And this is there in the second semester. This is also on the practical mode. You will sit before the computer, and then you will learn how to use Excel in a very professional way, so that when you join a company, nothing will be new to you. So when a work is given, you will be taking it immediately. These are the two computer-related courses which are embedded in the program itself. But apart from that, Delhi Skill and Entrepreneurship University is also planning to give you hands-on experience in using computer applications.
Thank you very much, Professor. I think it's just about, a matter of time that our students can walk in and see the labs that we are going to be creating, and the joy they have in working within an academic setup with, I think, state-of-the-art labs as well. And we have, of course, Mr. Jain and Professor Ganesan to help us, guide us even to, I think, make those absolutely relevant to what is there in the industry. So I think one more point that, we've been very, very careful about is that our courses will not cater to a 1 year or a 2 year or even a 3 year time period, because you have the update in technology that is rapid. You have, I think even systems within the sector changing so, quickly. So we've taken a 5-year time period to say, if a child or a student has to walk out of DSU in 3 years, they should be relevant for another 2 years as well. So I think the research and development and the update of the curriculum is a continuous process. The assessment is ongoing, on maybe a weekly or a monthly basis. So we have tried to keep it as, real to industry as much as possible in terms of relevance and in terms of update. So I think this is what we have for now. Mr. Jain or Professor Ganesan, any questions that you would like to pose, or any closing remarks that you have? Yes, please.
I have one thing. Normally in such webinar, the students would like to know what kind of stipend they will be getting during apprenticeship period, which I would like to tell now itself.
Yes.
Monthly stipend fixed by the government for apprentices coming from degree programs is 7,000 rupees per month. But at the same time, I have to tell you, there are many companies which are giving more. Last year, the average stipend secured by LSE for all of our students was 9,000 rupees. The average, the minimum was, the minimum was 9,000, average was 10,000, the maximum was 15,000 rupees. And if the students are really lucky, And if the students are picked up by multinational companies or nationally renowned companies, they will be getting more than 7,000 rupees, or at least 7,000 rupees they will be getting. And I would like to tell, because in the fifth semester, one whole spell of 6 months, and then another 6 months in the last semester, totally 12 months will be the period for apprenticing, and during these 12 months, they will be getting the stipend every month, 12 months, meaning they will effectively be sitting in the classroom only for 2 years, and from the third year, they will be in the industry working as apprentice, and everybody will understand that when you work in a company continuously for 1 year as an apprenticeship is only a junior employee in training. And if they do well, or give only even normal performance, the company is sure to absorb them in the company itself on a full-time vacancy. Currently, any entry-level managerial job is securing about 20,000 rupees to 25,000 rupees in the country. There are companies which are paying even 30,000, 35,000 rupees, but I am saying I am putting it at a lower level. So I feel that after the completion of the second year, students will start earning 7,000 rupees minimum every month. And after third year, they will be on absorbing in the same company. They will be getting about 25,000 rupees a month as a salary. These are two important things for them.
I think this is very encouraging, Professor Ganesan. I'm sure our students are thrilled to hear this. It's more like a guaranteed program. So I mean, we will be creating that, as we go along. Mr. Jain, any closing remarks from your side?
Sure, ma'am. Actually, I would like to share with the students my experience, or for that matter, from the point of view of any fresher which enters into the industry. Uh, you know, uh, right now you are at a stage of building your career, to select your career in your education stage. Let me just tell you that the education should never stop. No, you should always continue with that. I mean, in one form or other, because this is very dynamic time, and you need to be upgraded at all times to be in the market, to be competitive, to have the latest skills to be employed. Secondly, in this the course academics will teach you something, uh, and then you need to impart your own knowledge, your own analytics, your own aptitude to help yourself, to be part of the industry. How better you adapt to the new changing world. Uh, it is not only about academics or industry, it is also about you yourself. And everything counts, everything matters. There are gurus to guide you, to protect you at every step. But then I always tell this to my subordinates, for that matter, that you should know how to survive by yourself. And that's the hard truth. You're in your world of uh, getting knowledge, but on the first day of your career, you'll realize the change which has happened to you. I still remember the first day I had in my job. It felt like I'm going to conquer the world now, but without the right tool, without the right weapon, you feel helpless.
Absolutely.
You feel something went wrong. It takes time for you to realize that how much you need to add on to be in the mainstream. So please make the most of it, and looking forward.
Thank you. I think this is more than encouraging. And just to pick up something that Mr. Jain has put so well is, we are giving the students a weapon as well as an armor. If I look at it, with this industry academia, connect that we have. I think that's the shield that we can think of. While we provide them with whatever is the detailing of it, but I think we always have a shield and a guardian in us, with us, to say, we will have an update, we will be relevant, and the student who walks out of DSU will be confident, self-motivated, and ready for the world of work. So thank you very, very much, Mr. Jain and Professor Ganesan, for your time and for all your insights, your inputs. I'm sure all our students watching from all across the country and the world, wherever they are in, they're going to make the most of it. And DSU is always here. Experts are always here with us. So you can please get into our website. That's www.dsu.ac.in and post questions. Get in touch with us. Mr. Puneet Pandey is here with us, who is the admissions head, and he'll be waiting to hear from you. So thank you very much for joining in, and we hope we can gather more and more interest in this course as we go ahead. Thank you once more. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.